run around with a net, just break everything in it.
Just land.
Wow, he's big.
No, he's big. Mike, he's around. He's by your head. He's by your head. I don't know if we're going to catch it.
Man, this is Spooksville.
In a world filled with supernatural phenomena, three explorers of the unknown answer the real questions concerning the field of paranormal investigation. Vinny Gomez, Natalie Jane, and Mike Wolfer guide you to the depths of paranormal studies, creepy movies, games, and comics, and more from the world of horror and geek culture. Turn out the lights, turn on your EMF detector, and prepare yourself for the Haunt Squad podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I actually enjoyed that one.
You like that one?
I like that one, actually.
Oh, Mike did good.
Achieved success
I
at last.
actually enjoyed that one. Welcome everyone to number 8, show number 8. Yes, show number 8. I'm Vinny.
I'm Mike.
Natalie Jane.
We are your hosts, taking you through the world of the paranormal, comics, horror, and anything else in geek culture. How is everyone today?
I'm great.
Great.
Excited, actually.
Marvy poo.
You know what?
What?
We have a title for this episode.
What's that?
The title of the episode is House on Haunt Squad Hill.
Is there a reason for that?
There is a reason.
No.
That's right. Yes. If you guys, if you're on Facebook, then you already know this. But we have our first official Haunt Squad investigation coming up this Friday, depending on when you're listening to this. This Friday, June 26th, in Dover, Delaware, and we are going to be investigating a place that was once called W.T. Smithers. If you are a local Delaware local resident, you're going to know what I'm talking about. We're excited. I'm excited.
So we have an investigation.
That's what I just said. Oh! Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you guys. No, really.
Really,
It's
stop.
no, really.
It's enough.
It's okay.
All right.
No, guys, enough.
You're too kind.
All right.
We could have had this one. So yes, our and the name of it again is.
Well, it used to be called W.T. Smithers. The building has recently been purchased. Recently been purchased by Diana Welch and Ryan Weber. They are the owners of the Golden Fleece Tavern, which is in downtown Dover.
Okay.
They've bought the building. They're renovating, and they're going to reopen hopefully early September. And it's going to be called the Grey Fox Grille and Public House. But there's been stories about that place being haunted for as long as I've been in Dover. I've been here since 1978, and I've always heard things about the building. A lot of other people have all kinds of stories to tell.
Right.
Diana herself said that she has experienced something there while they were working on the renovations. So
Is this none of this has been documented?
No.
So we're the first.
You mean like stories in the newspaper
Yeah.
or other investigations?
No. So we're the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one has ever investigated there before.
Wow.
We
Yeah,
are first, just like Delaware. It's good to be
Delaware.
first.
It's good to be first. That's our motto. Can you believe that?
It's good to be first.
The old motto was Delaware. Why bother? No, wait. Small wonder. Small wonder. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I like Small Wonder.
Yeah. But anyhow, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't even know what's in there. I've heard so many stories about so many different things happening.
Right.
There's, reports of things happening in the basement, up on the 3rd floor, all over the place. Yeah. So, I wanted to get in there for a while. I've been working on this actually for a couple of years. I was, trying to get my foot in the door. The previous owners actually had been approached. One of the previous owners had been approached by, I think it was the Travel Channel, I'm not sure what paranormal investigation show
Mm-hmm.
it was, but they were approached and they said, "Hey, listen, we want to do a show here," and they said, "Nah, not interested. We don't want to do it." I mean, that would have been great exposure and publicity
For them, yeah.
But for some reason, they declined and didn't want anything to do with it. So, I saw that they were renovating the place and reopening under new ownership, and I jumped right on it. and yeah, Diana was very open to the idea.
That's awesome.
So she's like, "Yeah, you guys get in here." So we went in and met with her, did a walkthrough. Natalie and I did it.
Yeah.
You missed it, Vinny.
Yeah, well, sometimes you just have other things you have to handle.
Some people have to work.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, work. But yeah, we've gone through all of our, pre-game prep. We've gone over all of our equipment, make sure everything's functioning properly.
Yes.
Because there's nothing worse than walking in and setting up and saying, "Hey, how come only 2 cameras out of 8 are working?"
All right, we'll just have to make it work that way then.
All the cameras are set. Are they plugged in? With what? With cords? What cords? We don't want that. So we've run through everything. Everything's working
Awesome.
properly. And
Awesome.
We've got all of our 9-volt batteries.
Awesome.
And we're good to go.
Awesome. I gotta stop saying that. Awesome. I gotta stop saying that. So what's the story behind the location itself? I mean, how old is it?
Old.
Yeah. All right, that answered. Next.
We're not quite sure exactly when it was built.
Yeah.
It just happened to appear there.
1850s. Somewhere in the
1850s,
1850s.
Okay. And was it always a restaurant or
No.
what was it?
Well, it was a private home for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And then we're not really sure exactly when, but it was a funeral home.
A funeral home.
We're not sure when that happened, but
Well, it's natural to take a funeral home and then make it into a restaurant.
Yes.
apparently
Yeah. You prepare bodies, you prepare food,
it's all the same.
meats.
It's all the same.
Dead bodies and food.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a funeral home. It was then a restaurant.
Uh-huh.
Early 80s, they opened up as a restaurant.
Gotcha.
Named it W.T. Smithers after a very prominent lawyer that lived in the house.
Okay.
And I don't know if he died in the house.
I didn't read that he died in the house, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, who was he? Did he have any connections or anything like that with anybody? Is he
Yeah.
famous?
Yeah, Mike mentioned that he was a lawyer, but he was also in Teddy Roosevelt's Rough Riders in Cuba.
Whoa.
Company being the 3rd Battalion, 1st Regiment of Delaware's Voluntary Infantry. So he had that going.
That's serious. Yeah, that
Yeah.
going for him.
He had that going for him. And then later when he returned, that's when he got his law business going. And then again, he went to serve in World War I, where he came back seriously wounded, and then he actually went back into law.
Interesting. A lot of our information came from Diana. She had all kinds of stuff about
Okay.
W.T. Smithers, but I did some of my own searching around. I found some interesting little tidbits, including one was as Natalie said, he was wounded.
Okay.
And he lost the use of one of his arms.
Yeah.
And there was a journal that was published. Where is it? Where's my note? Okay, here's my notes. I had to fumble a little bit. So he was reported in the Stanford University Law Notes publication, November 1911. He was reported to have died in 1911.
1911.
That's when he was wounded, so it's kind of interesting.
Wow.
It's, you think there's misinformation on the internet?
A scotch.
Nothing new. He was reported dead, but he wasn't dead. So anyhow, I don't know all this research that we do and all this information that we gather ahead of time. I'm not sure if it's going to be pertinent or not. We never know.
Mm-hmm. We don't know what's there.
Yeah, we have no idea. We don't even know if it's a person on any single investigation we've ever done.
Yeah.
We don't even know if it's a person, like a quote-unquote ghost. The spirit of someone who has departed. It could be. Natalie and I were discussing this earlier today. It could be them in 1876 or whatever, live, living.
Gotcha.
And they hear thumping around and people going, "What's your name?" And they're going, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I heard it again." And it's actually us Now, in what year is it? 2015.
What year is it? I think it's
Somehow
1834.
we're crossing to, we don't know.
Parallel dimensions.
We have no idea.
We don't know.
And maybe it's energy, and maybe it's not W.T. Smithers. We could go in there and spend 3 hours asking questions about him.
Yeah.
And there's 38 other ghosts sitting in the closet going, "Hey, I'm not even going to answer. They're not looking for us.
They're not talking to me. So
I'm not saying anything. We don't know. So we're just going to go in there, set up, feel the room, just wait for orbs to show up."
Well, how clean is this place? Because it's under construction, correct?
It's under construction, so
Okay.
it's
or renovation, I should say, not construction.
Yeah. It's dusty.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get some orbs and pictures, and we're gonna post every single picture on
Damn
Facebook
straight.
of orbs that we get.
We're gonna inundate the public with orbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got that. We got 4 floors, 3 floors. We got the basement.
3 floors and
In
a
the basement.
Yeah.
3 floors in the basement.
It's
so
a lot of area for the 3 of us to cover.
yeah, I think what we should do is Chef Natalie Jane in the basement, and then
I've already volunteered. That's mine. It has my name on it.
Dude, she wants to go.
I do.
well, as I understand it, it's very low, so you kind of have
ceiling.
the ceiling. So
Ceiling is low. The floors are dirt floors, and has the most wonderful staircase leading down to it.
It's crazy. You ever hear the Winchester Mystery House?
yes.
It's kind of like something out of there.
Oh,
It's this
great.
crazy, twisty, turny little. You take a step to the left, but you end up going right, and then
Yeah.
you think you're going down, but you're really going
It's
up.
incredibly narrow and steep, and it just turns quickly. I mean, so if I run into any problems and I need to get out of there quickly,
It's not
I'm in
gonna-
trouble.
it's not gonna
not going to happen.
So you have fun in the basement, Natalie.
Take care.
Take care. So then we got the main floor. We got a second floor.
Yeah.
And then we have an attic. Am I correct on
Well,
that, or
no,
is it
it's an
third
actual
floor?
third floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
What floors have they had anything happen on, or is it kind of?
A lot of people that the stories that I've heard over the years, everybody talks about the third floor.
Ooh.
People say that they see faces in the windows,
Uh-huh.
when you're standing out front. And I've tried it. I've stood out there, when it was W.T. Smithers, when it was the bar. I'd stand out in the street drunk
Yeah.
at 1:30 in the morning, looking up at the windows, going, "I think I see it.
Yeah.
Is it last call? Yeah, Mike, they threw you out half hour ago. Oh, okay. Where are we going?"
I'm hungry. I want pancake.
Yeah, so there's it's interesting. A lot of places we investigate, you have previous reports
Yeah.
that have been recorded by other teams, and as Natalie said, no one else has been in there.
Right.
There's never been another investigation, and we don't have any written accounts by anyone of anything specific that happened. So we're going in there like blank slate.
That's
which
the
is-
best way to go.
Yeah, which is
yeah.
really cool. We're not going to have any preconceived notions of, oh yeah, by the way, we need to look in that corner because grandma's going to be sitting there.
Yeah.
We don't know. So grandma's sitting there. It'll be a surprise to us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here's something else we got planned. Here's something else special for you guys. We're going to do our first live broadcast.
Live broadcast.
That's right.
Wow.
Friday the 26th. We're shooting for around 8:30 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern time. And Vinny's gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna run it. That means it's gonna fail. Yay!
No.
So no, but we're going to. It's on Mixlr. It's an application for your phones.
How do you spell it?
Mixlr.
Oh.
Okay, Mixlr. And you can download the app on your phone. You can download it on your tablet. But we're going to make it extremely easy. All you have to do is go onto our Facebook, and we'll have a widget right there to click on it and
cool.
listen
Nice.
live. Okay.
So people can just, as long as you have the link ahead of time,
Mm-hmm.
you can just go whenever and just see,
Go right in.
no, they're not live yet. And
Yep.
They can check in 5 minutes and go, oh, they're live now.
I think the widget even
Cool.
says on live now.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So, yeah, you'll be able to check it out. So, we're going to be inundating you with live broadcasting.
Yeah.
We're going to be live tweeting. Natalie most likely will be doing that from
Yeah,
the basement.
we're doing the tweeting. basement, tweeting in Facebook, and yeah.
We're going to be taking pictures.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'll be in the shadows. We'll just take pictures of Mike and Natalie.
No.
I'll be standing in the shadows, like really, like all you see is my hand, you know. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting night. We're going to try a lot of new things, you know, along with the investigation, which we're pretty seasoned at. But we're trying new things for the fans.
Yeah. You know, the thing I like about this is that because Haunt Squad is us, we can do whatever we want.
We can do what we want.
We can do what we want, and one of those things is, you know, making this announcement ahead of time. A lot of teams like to, you know, keep it under wraps and not mention it publicly, but we can tell you ahead of time. We of course have the approval of Diana with Grey Fox. She's like, yeah, talk about it as much as you want ahead.
Absolutely.
So we're going to do that. We're going to broadcast live. Who broadcasts live from an investigation?
Exactly.
You know, it's going to be like a pre-game show. Kind of thing. I mean, we're only going to do like maybe 10 or 15 minutes just to maybe walk you around the place a little bit. But we want you guys
to be with us. Yeah.
We want you there with us. And, and if anything happens over the course of the night,
we're going to jump back on.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if stuff starts flying around the room, we're going live again.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll announce
Twitter.
it. So.
Yeah,
jump on now, quick.
And we'll be able to play the audio. If we get audio, we'll play it right through the microphone. Just like, all right, listen, guys.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to hear it. So it's going to be a fun night. I think it's going to be a busy night for the three of us.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a fun night nonetheless.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be hot dogs this time.
Well, then we're going to have to get them.
Yeah, we need hot dogs.
Yeah.
Who's bringing what?
So.
Oh, Natalie Jane.
So we got that going on, and you
Very
know,
exciting.
I actually have some audio. I got to switch the conversation around a little bit. I have some really cool audio from this band I've heard of.
You know, you're not a jerk. I'm not going to call you a jerk.
We wouldn't call you a jerk.
Okay, look. This was set up.
Yeah, Mike has some history.
I have some history.
Mike, what's your history, Mike?
The building. Over the course of my 78 years, I've been in a couple bluegrass bands. Now, I've been in several bands in my life.
Yeah.
And one band in particular played Smithers quite frequently.
Yeah.
So I was in there all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I was either there playing or I was there, you know, hanging out, being the local long-haired guy who was like, "Yeah, aren't you in that band?" You know, and they would buy me drinks, so I'd be in there like 6
You weren't
months out of
having
the
any
week.
drinks. You were enjoying the spirits.
So,
Boom, boom.
I don't. What do you mean? You know. So anyhow, I've never seen or experienced anything weird there.
Right.
Well, you know, nothing paranormal. I've seen a lot of weird stuff there, but the band I was in was called Crash Tokyo, and we had been asked by the ownership to donate a guitar to the place that they could mount on the wall, you know, because we were kind of a fixture there. They wanted us to autograph it, and they put it up on the wall and bolted it in, and we were like rock stars, you know. Look, see that guitar up there? That's my signature, you know. I know.
We're just staring at Mike like
The ego thing. But one night, well, actually, whatever, it doesn't matter when it was. I went into place, and the owner said, "Hey, I think we got broken into last night." Oh no. He's like, "Yeah, but we couldn't find any, you know, broken windows or anything, or broken doors or anything like that." I'm like, "Well, why do you think you got broken into?" He said, "Well, there was a lot of stuff that was out of place,
Yeah.
shifted around that shouldn't have been shifted around,
Right.
and that guitar that you gave us smashed on the floor behind the bar, the one that was mounted on the wall."
I don't think Smithers liked you guys.
I don't know. I don't know. It was the 90s. It could have been the music. I don't know. But yeah, I've been in several bands, and just as evidence, so it doesn't sound like, "Oh, Mike's BS," or "No, he's done everything. He's a comic book artist, and he's this and that, blah, blah, blah." I have evidence that I've been in bands.
Really?
Yeah, that's what you've got. I know you've got it.
Oh, really? And what? All right. Before I even start playing this band,
Yeah.
before I start playing the music, I should say,
Yeah.
what was the name of the band? I'm looking at it, and you have to say it and say it the right way.
Spank. It's not. It's Spank A.D. Spank A.D. That was the name of the band. Don't question it. Listen to that. That's rock. A little. Now, this was a demo that we had recorded to try to get gigs.
And who's singing?
That's me.
That's you.
Yeah.
Did you put the English accent on when you were singing?
No.
No?
What do you think? I'm a poser? Is that what you're saying? Nah. See, the whole thrust of this band was we play all the hits. We play only songs that you can dance to.
Right.
We would play disco. We played metal. We played rock. We played everything. But we put it all to this kind of a beat. You know, we had like pre-programmed loops that were playing.
Okay.
You know, just that.
Yeah.
You know, it was a spectacle. It was crazy. We all had on-stage personas.
Well, okay, all right.
Wore costumes.
Talk more about that on stage persona.
Yeah,
please.
let's get into this, please. I'm going to keep the music playing in the background for everybody to enjoy because I'll be honest with you, I kind of enjoy it.
It's catchy.
Yeah. So
this is Donna Summer. Yeah, Donna Summer.
All right. Let's hear about the things you wore.
Here's the rundown about local bands, especially here in Delaware, 20 years ago, 30, whatever it was. Bands were popular. There was cover bands and there was original bands.
Okay.
Most of the local bands around here tend to be kind of like Southern rock.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, well, we're on the Mason
classic
Dixon
rock,
line right now.
Like, kind of like Bob Segery kind of stuff.
Ooh.
Leonard Skinnerd.
Skinnerd.
You know, every band in town knows how to play Brown Eyed Girl. And, you know.
We all know how much you love Brown Eyed Girl.
Yeah. You know, I mean, nothing is wrong. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but there's something wrong with it. You know, when every band has the same set list, it's terrible. So we said, you know what? Let's do something new, something nobody's doing.
Yeah.
And let's go like totally over the top with it. We'll all wear costumes. We'll all have phony names. And
phony names.
So I was known as Leather Montalban. I wore a lot of pleather and leather and
Leather Montalban.
phony snake skin and yeah, it was crazy. It was craziness.
Dragula. You did Dragula.
Yeah, Rob Zombie. Yeah. Other guys in the band. Guys playing on this demo. On the bass is Johnny Sodom.
Johnny Sodom.
Yes.
Okay.
He dressed kind of like the Gimp from Pulp Fiction. No shirt, black pants, black combat boots, wore a black hood over his head with a zipper across the mouth. Usually clothespins on his nipples.
Clothespins on his nipples? He did this all for the band?
Yeah.
I hope
That's
it was
that-
just for the band.
That's
I
dedication.
kind of wonder if it was for the band. The guitar player on this is Duncan McChode of the Clan McChode.
Duncan McChode of the Clan McChode.
Yeah, he was like a combination of a priest and a Highlander. I don't know. He was like a priest with a kilt. It was strange.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Keyboard player on this is Chef Rob Roth. He was a chef. Chef outfit, and it had a nice meat flavor. Let's see, who else is in here? On the drums is Sir Drinks a Lot.
Of course, there has to have one of those, right? There has to be one of those.
Yeah, but it was fun. Some of the other past members were Chaps Manbone.
Chaps Manbone.
Yeah. Hans Goodenharden. Esau Wright and Esau Good. No relation. Yeah, Curtis Interruptus.
Curtis Interruptus.
Yeah, he was drummer for a while. And then
So-
one of the co-founders, the guy I founded the group with, was Lash Backside.
Lash Backside.
Yeah, so we put this thing together and threw it out there, and it blew people's minds.
You guys were like the 2000s version of the Village People.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
The money was good. Why not? Natalie, you got a weird look on your face.
I'm learning so much about you right now. Who are you?
Well, he's what is it, Leather
He's a Leather
Montalban?
Montalban.
Leather Montalban.
I think we should hashtag that like we do with Sexy Panzer.
Oh. Yes, you. Oh my god.
Hashtag Leather
And
Montalban.
I'm totally going. Yeah, one day when we get married, the whoever marries us is gonna say, Natalie, do you take Leather Montalban to be her?
And she'll say, no.
No.
No. I am simply amazed.
Yeah, there's a little kiss for you. And you know, we did everything as I was gonna say a montage, but as medley.
Medley, okay.
You know, we
I'm gonna
didn't take those. You know, we play a song, we take a break. Play a song, take a swig of beer.
It just went through.
Yeah, we wanted to keep people on the dance floor and hot and sweaty and exhausted, and most of all thirsty. And the bar owners loved it because they're like, we can't keep any beer in stock because people are just like sweating to death. And you know, they'd be up there, oh, I like this song, and they would be dancing, and then the
Going
song
nuts.
would be over, and they're like, okay, time to sit down. Oh no, wait, it's still going. Yeah, we'd play for another 20 minutes, and they were dropping like flies. It was great.
This is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I need more of this.
But he needs more of this in his life.
I need more of this in my life. I'm gonna be playing this on the way into work.
Actually, we've got a new YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And we can throw this up. I'll put this up there.
You know,
Sure.
and what's it's a tiny URL, right?
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to get that, but
Okay.
look at Facebook, Twitter. You'll see.
You'll
Or
see our
just-
links
just
to
go
it.
to YouTube and type in Haunt
Haunt
Squad.
Squad. There you go.
You're gonna
Haunt
see
Squad
some
on
of our,
YouTube.
Some of our previous episodes of the podcast are now up there.
And now Spank AD.
Yeah.
What does the AD stand for?
I don't know. It doesn't stand for anything. Actually, how that happened was we're going to call the band. Actually, Lash Backside said, "Man, this town needs a good spanking."
This town needs
we-
an enema.
We said, you know, that sounds like a good name for a band. Call it Spank. And we wanted to get a website and call it spank.com. I looked it up, and you're not going to imagine what I found. Oh, yeah. So, like, okay, that's not going to work. We need to add something to it. So I just like, how about AD? You know, like, whatever. A period, D period. Mm-hmm. And a legend was born.
It sounds good.
The Legend of Spank AD,
Yeah.
starring Leather Montalban.
Yeah, you know, speaking of live broadcasts, I'm in another band
Ooh.
currently. It's just for fun, you know, spare time thing.
Yeah.
What do we call Root Beer Hall?
Root beer hall. Aw, it's actually, well, it's a dedication.
Yeah,
Aw.
dedication to a friend of ours
Aw.
who passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
But yes, Root Beer Hall. We're going to be playing a private party July 18th, and we're going to do a live broadcast from there of the podcast.
I can't. All right, you got to link this to Haunt Squad.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's something, guys. You know, what was it, July
18th.
18th?
Yeah.
We are going to have links to this live broadcast.
I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be
Leather
gonna be
Montalban will be making his his return to the mic.
weird. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
And you have two other former members of Spank AD in there.
Yeah, Duncan McChode and Johnny Sodom are both in Root Beer Hall. So we're not playing the same kind of music. It's a little different. It's more like rock, I guess. You know.
Well, if it sounded anything like that, oh no,
No.
no,
No,
no.
no. There's a few different singers in the band, so I'm not doing
All the singing.
all the vocals.
Okay.
My,
Now,
my stuff tends to be more in the kind of like the metal and like AC/DC and Alice in Chains. And
Gotcha.
Dio and Look Out. Sorry. So, I don't know. Whatever. We're just throwing crap out there at you guys, and just, you know, if you like it, you like it.
Just
If you
suck it
don't,
down.
You know, whatever.
Leather Montalban tells you.
We're just trying to be fun.
Wow. Well, you know, there you go, guys. So we just learned a little bit more about Mike. He's a Renaissance man. He flies jets,
It's such a weight
drives
off
fast
of me.
cars, and draws comic books, and now he's Leather Montalban
Yeah.
from Spank AD.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Let's go to our audio vault.
Unseen forces, both tangible and intangible, both visible and invisible, things we know nothing of, the natural and the supernatural.
We are now entering the Haunt Squad audio vault.
Somebody's got to clean this place up.
Dusty in here.
You okay? Up a spider.
I think, yeah, hang on. You got spider webs in your hair. All right.
No, wait, leave them.
So our first, we have 3 pieces of audio for you guys
by the way,
today.
who let Vincent Price in here?
No, my name's not Vincent Price. It's,
Vincent Gomez.
yeah.
Whatever.
Anyhow. So we got 3 new pieces of audio for you.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, we do. The first clip we've got, this comes from a time when I was with Delaware Ghost Hunters.
yeah.
Way back, about 48 years ago. This was
48 years ago.
this was recorded at the Smyrna Museum
Okay.
in Smyrna, Delaware. We did an investigation of the place. This came from the attic, and I was in the attic with one other investigator.
Yeah.
We were sitting at one end of the attic, and I had placed my audio recorder at the far end of the attic, all
Yeah.
the way in the back, in the dark, nothing back there.
Okay.
So, you can hear us talking in the background. And, well, go ahead and play it.
Okay.
All right. So, the question is, what was that sound that was right up on the mic? That,
You know what?
whatever.
I went that up.
Yeah.
Something like that.
There was nothing up there. There were no bats. There was no mice. There was nothing. There was no open windows. Nothing like that.
Okay.
And we were at least 15 to 20 feet away, and just chit-chatting, over in the
Yeah,
back.
so that's what that noise in the background was. You could hear some people talking, and then you hear this puh
Now,
noise.
there's also something else interesting going on. There's a car going by. You can hear there's a car driving by.
Okay.
And you hear a clack-clack. Now, I think the clack-clack is manhole cover.
Okay,
The
so
car's going over it.
yeah.
But there's also what sounds like maybe a feminine voice, like, Go ahead and play it again.
Okay. So.
Right there.
Okay, yeah.
So, question is, what was that? It could have been something paranormal. However, it coincides with that car driving by.
So it might have been the radio
Yeah.
playing really loud. Maybe the windows were closed. You got
Yeah.
that.
Tires.
Yep.
Okay,
You
yeah,
don't know.
tires making a noise.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we kind of have to throw that out. But
That.
the other thing, it's like it's like right up on the recorder.
Yeah.
I don't know. Baffling.
Wow. Okay.
So
Okay.
more inconclusive evidence
From Haunt Squad.
Yes.
All right. So the next one.
Next one comes from Fort Delaware. It was the officers' quarters. This is interesting. I've talked about in past shows a little device I have called the geophone. It's a vibration detector.
Okay.
Little box, you turn the thing on, you walk away from it. If anything vibrates the surface that the box is on, it's going to set it off, and it sounds like a car alarm.
Okay.
So we were in the officers' quarters, which is it's a group of rooms that are all joined together. There's one main room where we all sit, and you've been in there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. It's got a.
table and couch and
It's a sitting
fireplace.
room.
Yeah, sitting room.
Yeah.
And then there's some adjoining bedrooms.
Okay.
So I left the main room and put the geophone in one of the bedrooms on the bed. And what you'll hear is me talking to everyone in the room, describing what I'm going to do. You'll hear me walk out, go into the other room, activate the geophone, and then walk back in.
Okay.
So this
Let's
is
play
what
that.
happened. October 10th, officers' quarters, first tour, second group. I have one other toy here. It's called a geophone. It's a vibration detector. And I will set it off so you guys can hear what it sounds like. If anything vibrates what it's sitting on, it'll go off. So I'm going to try it on the bed. You know what? I'll try it on this bed back here. So I walk out. Go to the kids' room. And put it on the bed.
And I've never seen that toy before, but I'm a big fan of it. He just told me stories of the activity he gets with that thing. And it's crazy because when it does go off, it sounds like a car alarm, so it kind of startles you real quick.
So I tap it just to make sure it's...
You're testing it, yeah.
All right. And then I walk back in.
You gotta be kidding me. Did you just do that?
It's a pretty solid toy.
Wow. There's no way to set that off with this.
So that, to interpret that, is something moved that bed, basically instantaneously.
Something had to vibrate that around that.
Now,
The floor is pretty solid once you get out of that room like that.
Yeah.
when it went off, did you turn it off immediately? Because I heard it was ringing for a while and then it shut off.
Yeah, I have there's a little handheld clicker.
Okay, so it can arm and disarm it.
You can arm it and you can disarm it, but you can't set it off.
Gotcha.
The only thing that will set it off will be actual vibration. And the thing is, you could say, okay, well, Mike, while you're walking out, maybe the vibration footsteps set it off. But as you heard one of the fort staff say at the end, he says the floor is really solid in there. And plus, I walked very lightly, knowing that I don't want to, tromp around and set it off myself. But on the bed, it had a soft mattress, not like Posturepedic mattress. Now it was really soft, squishy.
Yeah.
And then on top of that were several blankets and like a comforter. I don't know if it's a down comforter, but super soft. So it's like this huge pillow. And I put the geophone down in the middle of that purposely because it's not a solid surface.
Right.
So I could go up, and I actually tested this afterward. Went up and pounded my hand on the comforter to try to set it off, and it didn't because
It bounced it, moved it, yeah.
So,
and also if you listen to the recording really closely, you can tell that you're back in the room. Because you even you sound closer to the microphone.
Yeah.
That's in the room. So it clearly couldn't have been you. But again, we're playing a recording as well, so nobody online who's listening right now can see where you were.
Yeah.
So there could have been somebody else in the room, whatever.
There wasn't.
But take it from
I know that.
Take it from Mike.
Yeah.
Everybody else was in the sitting room while he had walked into that back room, placed the item, the geophone on the bed, came back in, and within a minute, within seconds after
the
him,
guy came out of the closet, tapped it, and then ran back.
Right. Well, that's it. And you would have not heard that at all, not in such an old building like that.
No.
So another piece of weird
stuff.
audio.
Weird stuff.
Okay, and then we have the last piece of audio for this show.
Yeah, this is another one from Delaware Bay Trading Company.
Ooh.
Yeah, our favorite place. Kind of a story that goes behind this. I'll try to make it as quick as possible. You've heard me talk on prior episodes about an event that happened to me where we were watching the monitors prior to the investigation, making sure all the cameras were set properly.
Right.
So everybody was gathered downstairs, and we're all looking at them going, oh, yeah, that angle looks good, that one looks good. There was one camera that was a little bit off, so I said, okay, let me run upstairs and move that camera around so that it's positioned properly. And I ran upstairs, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to pull the rocking chair out into better view rather than move the camera. Reached for the rocking chair, and the thing shot away from me.
Wow.
About 3 feet, and started rocking, and it scared the hell out of me. Now, everybody downstairs is watching the monitor. And they see me walk past the camera, reach for the rocking chair, and then run back in front of the camera going, nah, nah, nah. And then I start yelling, you guys, get up here, right? So they're watching. They're like, what the hell is Mike doing? And then they hear me start yelling, and they're like, holy crap. So two of the guys, Matt and Andy, they got a really good laugh out of it. Yeah, you were so scared. Like, you guys, I'll get you back. So later on that night, I was upstairs. Most of us were upstairs. I was in one of the rooms by myself. And I'm sitting there with my voice recorder, and I'm just, getting some ideas. Because I know Andy and Matt are downstairs by themselves in the cafe area watching the monitor. They're sitting on a couch with their backs to there was a bar behind the couch, sitting there watching the monitor. So this is what I say to whoever might be listening.
It seems to me that somebody in this house likes to play jokes, or maybe likes to scare people. And we like to play jokes on each other, all of us who are here tonight. So I'm wondering if you're in the mood for it, I'd like you to help me play a little joke on my friends who are downstairs in the cafe area. There's a younger man and an older man, and they're down there sitting by themselves. Would you go down there and sneak up behind them and bang on something just to scare them? That would be great.
Okay, so I just put that out there. About 10 minutes later, the recording's going to pick up, and you're going to hear us upstairs just chit-chatting, because we're kind of like, okay, we're going to change positions now, and all the investigators were kind of talking, and you'll hear something in the background. So go ahead and play.
All right.
10 minutes ago.
You asked if you heard something.
So you hear that crash?
Yeah.
What that was
Clanking noise.
downstairs. There was a stack of mirror tiles. There were about 5-inch square mirror tiles, probably like a 5-inch high stack of them, stored behind the bar, down in the cafe area, directly behind Andy and Matt, who were sitting on the couch watching the monitor. Suddenly, that stack of mirror tiles flies off of the shelf all over the floor. Scared the hell out of them. Okay, so here's the thing. What are the chances that I say make some really loud noise and scare them, and then that happens?
Not to mention it happens only to them.
Yeah. What are the chances that of all the things in that place that could have fallen off of a shelf accidentally or whatever, what are the chances that that thing that fell would be directly behind them?
Yeah.
Exactly as I had described I would like something to happen.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was thrilled, man. I was so excited.
I'll say this. Kudos to that ghost or whatever that scared the hell out of Andy.
Andy got it. Andy had it coming.
Andy
and Matt both had it coming.
And more Andy. Andy was always scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, but the weird thing is that when the tiles fell, you saw them, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they were all. First of all, none of them broke. None of these mirror tiles broke, and they all landed face down.
They were all face down.
That's why.
I don't know.
Yeah. I
don't know if that means anything.
I think.
But the fact that none of them broke, it's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear how loudly they hit the floor because we were 2 floors up. That's where that recording was
I was
from.
in the studio in Mary and Tracy's bedroom.
Yeah.
That's where I was at the time. Yeah.
I remember that because when it happened, we thought that they actually knocked it over or bumped into it, and we all went downstairs to see what they broke because we were like, oh God, now we're responsible for that.
Blown glass things hanging.
Yeah.
I swear I thought that crashed.
Right.
Like, who broke stuff? Oh,
I was thinking, what do we have to pay?
Yeah.
Exactly. So that is your audio. If you have anything to say, any comments, write us back on our Facebook page, Haunt Squad, and or Twitter us. Twitter is the best one, I think, because Natalie Jane is always on Twitter, and she always answers questions. Oh, by the way,
What?
Speaking of questions.
Speaking of questions,
Question everything.
Oh, here it comes.
so Natalie, what do we have on deck for this week for our Question Everything segment?
All right, we have 2 questions.
Ooh.
Our first question comes from Gilbert Rodriguez in Queens, New York. He asks, would any of you consider Scooby Doo, Where Are You, an early influence on your interest in the paranormal? Also, can you please add the Scooby Doo theme into the intro of the show? Thanks.
Well, your wish is our command.
Yeah, it was just a coincidence.
That's
I
wild.
had already done the opening theme, and then that question came in afterwards.
That's pretty funny.
I think Gilbert's psychic.
He's
Yeah.
cool. He watches Lucha Underground.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
there you go. That makes him makes everything good.
So, yeah, to answer the question, what about you, Natalie? Did you ever watch Scooby Doo?
A little bit, not a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
no.
I can't really say it was an influence for me. No.
You don't remember Scooby D and Scooby Dum? Dum dum
What is
dum
it?
dum.
Scrappy Doo?
Scrappy.
All I remember is that and it was
hated
over.
Scrappy.
I can't.
You don't remember Scooby Dum and Scooby D?
No.
I don't.
Scooby D was Scooby Doo's cousin, who was an actress dog, and Scooby Dum was Scooby's brother, who was a big dummy.
Okay,
I might remember him. He looked kind of like him. Just
Yeah,
different
he was
color.
gray and-
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
were those from those the Scooby Doo movies where they would have like
Nope.
Phyllis Diller and the Harlem Globetrotters?
Batman and Robin.
Globetrotters. Those were fun.
Yeah.
What about the one with Jerry Reed?
Oh my!
Remember
gosh.
that one? I can't remember the song though. It's in my head, but I can't remember it. No, that was they every once in a while they had that. They also had them with who was the other one? Oh God, with the buggy.
Mr. Boogedy?
No, not Mr. Boogedy. Boogedy boogedy boo. No, he was a buggy. He was a car.
Speed Buggy.
Speed buggy. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, Speed Buggy.
Love Speed Buggy.
Yeah.
I used to.
I don't know. Natalie's like, I don't know what's
I
going on.
don't know.
Well, I don't know if it directly affects us. You know, I don't know if it was a
Influence.
an influence.
Yeah.
But they did do something that we actually do all the time, which is question our investigations.
I thought you were going to say eat a lot.
No, that's only me, guys. No,
Yeah, they were like the original ghost hunters.
yeah, because most of the time they would question to the point where it actually was something that wasn't even supernatural. It was always a bad guy dressed up as something or whatever.
I never really made the connection that actually they're doing what we're doing like way back before it was in vogue.
Yeah, really.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, but it didn't. I just enjoyed watching them.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty colors on the TV.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh
Wow.
boy. Okay.
All right, let's go to our second question.
Uh-oh.
Okay, our second question is from Nicholas Ramirez in Victoria, Texas, who, by the way, just celebrated his birthday on June 18th. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Nice.
All right, he actually has 2 questions. At what moment did each of you know the paranormal was absolutely real? And the second question is for Mike.
Oh.
Who do you prefer, Warren Ellis or Alan Moore?
Ooh. Which part are we doing first?
The paranormal part?
Yeah, the paranormal
Yeah,
part.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say, me personally, I still don't know if it's real, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had that definitive, situation yet, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
How about you guys?
You know, I'm overthinking it, just like I overthink everything. And I'm thinking, well, if we're talking about ghosts, that's
Yeah.
one thing. But paranormal is actually something else. You know, if we talk about paranormal as something outside of the realm of the norm that science can currently understand and explain.
Okay.
So yeah, the paranormal itself, I think there's something up. There's something there, and I have experienced things that are not explained. So when you say you haven't had an experience yet, you haven't met a ghost yet.
No.
But you've experienced paranormal things, though, because they can't be explained. There's big question marks, you know?
Yeah. But then again, it can't be explained with my current ability.
Yeah.
In with my education, you know. So let's say, you know, I don't know anything about the construction of the house.
Right.
I don't know how thick the wallboard is and whether or not it's cracking or popping when I walk by and I hear a sound of a boot. You know, could it be the walls popping?
Yeah.
Could it be the floor? It's adjusting to my weight because I am weighty, and you know.
And a hammer is not a ham sandwich.
No, it's not.
Made by unicorns.
Well, unicorns are magical.
But you've had experiences though where you've said, "Whoa,
what was that?
Hold on."
Yeah.
So what if we narrow it down to that? Was there any? What was the first time that you went? You know.
When I thought I saw that figure run behind us, living in the current location I'm at right now.
Yeah.
That's when I really went, whoa, what's that? And I got up and looked for it.
You were sitting on a couch. You were looking at the TV.
Correct.
And there was a mirror facing you.
Nope, there was the
window.
The window. Yeah, I just happened to glance at the window. The light from the living room was on, and I saw a shadow run past behind us in the reflection of the window.
Yeah.
So that was the whoa. What was
creepy.
that? Yeah. So, but again. What else could it have been? You know, there's all sorts of outside influences. You know, but
mine would have been in a place called Bellevue Mansion. This is before I was with any professional teams. It's what got me into the paranormal field in the first place. Just bought a ticket to go on a ghost hunting tour with Delaware Ghost Hunters. Hadn't had any experiences up until that point, but after going in there, some things happened, and I heard some things moving around, and I thought I heard a voice up in the attic, and it was that investigation that I walked out saying, okay, there's something to this, and I was completely intrigued, and I had to do it more, so I joined the team.
Jumped on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Natalie?
No. Oh, that's not going to do it for this one. Nothing has really happened to me. I just have to say that, just from an early age, like I said, I was a creepy kid. I liked watching horror films, and I think it was just the possibility of these things, happening, that just put that into my head that it could be a possibility. But I've never had anything happen to me that would make me think that the paranormal is real. I'm going to need some real hardcore proof. But, I think that something is happening, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So you would acknowledge that you think there's something happening that can't be explained.
Definitely, that things are happening that, there's no rational explanation for it. Science can't,
She's hardcore,
man. Yeah, really.
I mean, we've had all kinds of stuff happen, and she's like, wow, that happened. Like, yeah, what do you think? I don't know.
I don't know yet.
It could just it could be something natural that we just don't know about, something that we miss. Like Vinny said, you think you hear a boot, it could be the house settling. It's something I would have to see something in front of me, something physical, or hear something.
It's a good attitude to have, though, because you could, if every time you heard a creak and you ran out, like Haunt Squad, right? If we were to run out and start telling everybody, guess what? Here's evidence of a creak, and we're going to call it something else. It's it doesn't do anybody.
It could be something, but
But that's I mean, you're kind of jaded. I mean, we've had a lot of things happen.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of experiences that can't be explained. But yeah, you've got that inquisitive mind, and that's good to have.
That's how I've always been. Drove my parents nuts.
Debunk.
And what's the other part of the question?
Okay, Mike.
Oh yeah.
Right, and we can spread this around if we want to. Mike, who do you prefer, Warren Ellis or Alan Moore?
Now is that for the main dish or Dessert.
Desserts.
That's hot.
Okay, well, I'm gonna look at it as a creator because
Okay.
I've worked with both of them. Been fortunate enough to work with both guys. They both work differently, very differently.
Right.
The script work that they do. When Warren gives me a script, it'll say, page 1, panel 1, and he'll describe what's in that panel, what I'm supposed to draw. And he'll say, Gravel is sitting behind his desk with his feet up. He's very comfortable. He's smoking a cigarette. He's watching TV. The room is very dark. He looks extremely bored. That's it. Okay. I know what to draw, and that's what I draw. Alan Moore writes differently. His scripts read, page 1, panel 1. The house was old. It was constructed nearly 300 years ago by these people at a certain time. The moon was shining as they dug the foundation out. And it's like 4 pages later, it gets to Gravel's got his feet up on the desk and he looks bored. So, it's not that information is not necessary, but it's beautiful. It's like a novel.
But it gives you an exact direction as to what you're going to draw and how you're going to make it look.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that the reader, when they look at that page, they're not going to get that.
Right.
But you never know. That's how he works, and that's the kind of of detail he puts into his work.
Yeah, so one is a little more detail-oriented. The other one allows the artist to express themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Warren, for example, with the Gravel books that we did, occasionally, like action sequences, he'll just say, okay, and now shit starts going down.
Right.
For like 3 pages. You figure it out, Mike. Choreograph it yourself. This is what has to happen by the end of the sequence, though.
Gotcha.
Okay, great. And I'll take it from there and just, put my own twist on the events.
So do you rather have direction, or do you rather just be allowed to do your own thing? Which would you rather have?
Too much direction can be intimidating, because then you're afraid that, I might make a misstep. What if this one little tiny fragment of this thing is off? And a lot of artists have that problem. They stress out a lot about their work.
Right.
They'll redo the same panel like for 4 weeks, and the editor's saying, "Where the hell's the book?" And they're like, "I can't get past this panel because it's not perfect." And but I don't know. I like them both, really.
Okay.
I'll admit, I've never read Transmetropolitan. You guys?
Oh no, I
No,
haven't.
I have not.
I don't really have a preference either. Warren Ellis, I really like Gravel, and Planetary. That was one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Planetary is really good,
Yeah.
and as for Alan Moore, I liked Promethea.
Ooh.
You know that one?
No.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff. Both of them are great.
Yeah.
I like them all. I don't, it doesn't matter to me. I look more for the art style than anything else. I'm really not into the story as much. I used to do X-Men. I used to do, X Factor. I was nuts over that kind of stuff. But it was more like I was looking at it from reference to possibly doing my own stuff.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so it was more like that. The style.
Yeah, what kind of style did you like?
I like Arthur Adams more than anything else.
Oh, cool.
He's awesome.
He is, he was my hero when I was a kid. I just loved his way of doing it. It was exaggerated, but it was exaggerated to the point where it looked great.
Yeah. Long Shot.
Yeah,
I
Long Shot
loved
was
that.
awesome comic.
Did
I
you
think
see the
I still have
Creature
it.
from the Black Lagoon
Yep.
book that he did?
Yep.
That was crazy.
That and Godzilla.
Godzilla?
Yeah. So I just loved the amount of detail he did. It was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So rules.
Did you ever meet him?
I did.
Ooh.
I actually did, yeah.
What was he like?
Blonde.
Oh, now.
That's all I've got. No, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He accommodated.
Oh, no. Andy.
What is going on? What is is she doing?
She's deaf and she's a little senile, so now she's gonna walk around the house and just meow. So now we're all gonna hear Indy walking around. She's
All right, so anyhow.
Meow.
wow.
All right. Art Adams. So, yes, I did meet him once at the San Diego Comic-Con. It was in the mid-'90s, and I went out there, and I took a copy of Long Shot number 4 with me.
Nice.
Just to, if by chance I happened to run into him, he was the only guy I wanted to see, was Art Adams. I took the book with me for him to autograph. So, the show was over. It was like Sunday night. After closing, and they're like pushing people out the doors, get the hell out. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to leave the home. And I looked over in the cafe area, and there's Art Adams sitting there just like hanging out having nachos or something. I said, I got to do it. I've got to do it. And I went over and I'm like, I don't want to bother you, but he's like, give me the book. Come on. It's
That's
cool.
awesome.
And he
wow.
autographed it for me. So he was very cool.
Do you know how many books I still have of his that I would love to have him
really?
autograph? Yeah, this is awesome. Well, that's great. But you know what? Just imagine hearing that in the middle of the night.
Oh, wow.
She just wanders the
She's
house.
loud.
She is insanely loud.
That was awesome.
But
Yeah, so
we're breaking down.
oh, we're
I'm feeling a little punchy right now.
all right. So what do we have to run down before we get out of
Deja
here?
vu.
We've got the investigation coming up this Friday.
Woohoo!
If you're listening to this on Tuesday when it's released, coming up Friday the 26th. And we are going to be at the Grey Fox Grille in Dover, Delaware. It's going to be freaking awesome.
Yep.
We are going to do a live podcast.
Yes.
Around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Just to, let you guys in the door with us and see what's what.
Exactly.
And we've got our YouTube channel,
Yes.
which just go to go to YouTube and look up Haunt Squad. And you'll see some of our previous episodes are up there. Episodes of the podcast.
You know what? I'm not cutting this out.
No,
I'm just
it's
telling you
good.
right now.
Ow, wow.
Guys, please have a look at our Facebook page, facebook.com Haunt Squad. Our podcast Facebook page, facebook.com Haunt Squad Podcast. And follow us on Twitter at Haunt Squad, please. Oh, take me out of this hell. Oh, by the way, download, if you want, please download Mixlr. It's also a app for the iPhone and Android.
And Vinny had posted it previously about a week ago on the Facebook page.
Yes, it's been
so
hidden.
it's there, but it'll be posted again.
Yes.
Right.
So enjoy, guys. So let's get out of here before we lose our minds. Stay spooky.
Ow, wow! Ow, ow!